I'm hearing the silence, and it's deafening. I'm having a hard time getting out of bed today, and I want to talk directly to my allies, okay? The ones who say that they believe in equal justice for all. The ones who send me private messages asking me for resources and support or clarity or sympathy. All of the people who say they believe in America. Where you at? Where you at? I don't hear you. If this is the thing I'm dealing with. But let me say it this way. I believe in what I believe and I stand for what I stand. And I have advocated for stopping Asian hate. I've advocated for indigenous people really being supported and included and getting the same rights as everybody else. I've advocated for people of Latina ancestry to not be, help me God. I have been there for you. For women's rights, for abortion rights, for the power to choose. Where are you at? Where are you now? Help me understand this. My reach, I can get to a few million easy, and I have to support you. Even when I didn't agree with you, I can align on you having the right to be treated as a human being. But where are you now? We got 10 black people dead, okay? And we see the pictures of this white male being escorted peacefully with dignity and honor away from the crime. And let that have been a black man. There would have been 60 cops on his neck. I want to be clear, I don't expect every white person, Asian person, every Native American or indigenous person, every Latino. I don't expect everybody. I really don't. I don't expect everybody to get it, but I expect you to. Because you tell me that you got me. You tell me that you're my ally. You tell me you're my friend. Then how come I'm not hearing from you? Where are your posts? Where are your videos? Where are they? And I'm not even mad. I'm just saying, if you think about history, this is not the first time, and it won't be the last. I have no illusion about white supremacy and the way America's built. I know that. I'm very clear that the only reason black people got free from slavery was because it was in the self-interest of white people. I don't have a problem with that. I think as human beings, we do things in our own self-interest. Then the real question is, what would it take for my life to be in your self-interest? Because until white people really take on white hate, nothing's going to change. We have marched. We've done sit-ins. We've raised fists. We've taken knees. We played by the book. We got educated. We got cultured. We bought into your, okay, but we got indoctrinated into your value system. And it's never enough. Because anytime a white male, I would venture to say even Republican centered or leaning toward or indoctrinated by, I'm not saying all Republicans, I'm talking about those extremists, they get rewarded for killing us. They get a pat on the back. This young man it's been said that he said, oh, I'm sorry to white people when he put the gun on them. But with black people, it's okay to kill us. I'm not talking reparations. I'm not talking any of that. I don't really care. I'm saying that the Civil War was rooted in self-interest. Government versus state. That's the only reason why we got free. And then after the Civil War, the North sold us out and made nice with the South. So none of the stuff that Lincoln had in place got reinforced. Okay? So all I'm out to say is this. If you are truly an American who wants equality for all, who really wants us to get the fuck along, who really wants that, then this is how we get along. You stand up. You speak up. You actually leverage your whiteness in your family to the police that is your daddy and your brother and your uncle. And you deal with your family. You deal with them. And stop making it our problem. Every time we see this, we got to go through another trauma. I don't expect you to understand that because you don't understand trauma. You don't have this. You don't have to live with it on a daily basis. But you have to live with that family. You know what they say. You know what they call us. You know where they get their guns. You know when they're planning. You know this. And you're a liar if you say you don't. So please get brave. Or sit down. And be very clear that you will need us. You will need us for your votes. You will need us for your causes. You'll need us for our presence. You'll need us. And when we turn our back on you, you will have to deal with that. So please don't say you're my friend. Please don't say you're an ally if you're not speaking up. Okay, God. Last thing I want to say is, please share this. Oh, yes. And for my black friends, for all my truth tellers, please share this. Let me speak to your white friends. Let me be the bad guy. Because they're here listening and watching. They're always listening and watching us, always duplicating, copying, wanting to be like us. They're here, but they're silent. And until we actually hold them to account for the benefit they get from being in our presence, then we're going to keep getting pimped. And I'm not okay with it. If you're not speaking up, you're not an ally. 10 people got murdered. And you've said nothing. You've been quiet. Your silence will not protect you. And I will say this, and then I think I will stop. The difference between white men who have a bad day or a history of mental illness or who are crying or whatever it is, right? You give them a grace and a pardon. But if a black man, he's a criminal. He gets beat, he gets kicked, he gets stomped, he gets paraded in front of the news, he gets characterized as an animal. You don't have to take my word for it. Look it up for yourself. Go ahead and look it up. And you'll see what I'm saying if you haven't already. And if you can see it, then how come you're not saying nothing? My Asian friends, where you at? You're quick to talk about Asian hate, but I haven't seen you do one post around Black lives. I'm serious. Okay? So I'm not gonna call their names because I don't think I have the wherewithal to contend with being present to that. I won't do well with that right now. Okay? But for all my sisters and brothers in success, please know it's okay to grieve. It's a trauma. It's a cultural trauma that gets reenacted every time we see it. If you find yourself sad or angry, frustrated, it's valid. That is healthy. That is the appropriate response. It's a very appropriate one. People who don't understand cultural trauma, we don't have to help them understand it. Take care of yourself. Take a day. Take a sick day. Do something. Lay in bed. Eat some donuts. I don't care. But get through this. And on the other side, we'll figure out some things. It's not about, Stephanie, it's not about people caring about us. It's about, if we say specifically to allies, I'm not talking to haters. I'm talking to all the white people who say they believe in American culture. They believe in America, but they do nothing but benefit. And their silence perpetuates the same violence against us. And they say nothing. And they do nothing. This is a white fight. We can't win this one. We didn't start it. We cannot end it. It is a structural fight that has to happen between white people who have different values, just like the Civil War. Okay? So I guess I'm going to stop because I don't want to get hot. Because if I get hot, I'm going to get real hot, and I'm going to be too hot to be reasonable. But I will just say this to all of my allies of all races: I love you. I'm not mad at you. Please don't turn this into angry rant. I think I only cursed once. That's not the point. I'm not mad at you. I love you, and I need you to be who you say you are. I don't need to be a coward. Yes, you're going to get back. Yes, you're going to catch heat. Yes, your family's going to be off. Yeah. Welcome to my world. That is exactly what you're avoiding, is exactly what's going to happen. You will get ostracized. You will get attacked. You will. Yeah, that's what it's called. That's what it means to stand up. Jesus stood up. He was attacked. And if you're Christian and you're not speaking up, then now we got a problem. Now we got a real problem. Because now that's the hypocrisy. That's hypocrisy. Do not say you're an American or a Christian if you're not speaking up against this now. Don't say it. It's hypocritical. It's a lie. And you're full of, God, I'm falling back. Either stand up or sit down. Either speak up or go away. But don't use me. Don't use my platform. Don't use my people. Don't act like you're down for me. Don't act like you're down for us if you're not saying anything. And it needs to be said and seen, not in the quiet of an email sent to me. It makes no difference. Organize. Do some white stuff. Make something. Pay. Do something. Do something. Do something. Because everything we've done does not work here. Nothing we do works. Nothing we've done has made the difference to keep us alive when a white man decides he wants to shoot. And you make all the world of excuses for him, but you'll crucify us for petty things. So that doesn't work. I'm not okay with it. So please share this video. If you have the courage to. If you're brave enough, let me say it to your people. Do something. Don't just don't just sympathize. Put yourself at risk. Put your reputation at risk. There were many people who marched with Dr. King, and some of them were white people, and they lost their lives. They stood for something. They didn't just talk about it. It matters that you stand up. It matters that you put yourself on the line. And you stay there until something changes. But please stop passing the buck to us. We didn't do this. You have to fix it. And if you don't fix it, this world you call democracy is going to crumble. Because the lie will have eroded so deeply into the fabric of what it means to be American that there won't be anything left. I've said my piece. Please share this video if you want to.